नमस्ते फ्रेंड, आप सभी का एक बार फिर से वेलकम। और फ्रेंड्स, रिसेंट डेवलपमेंट के हिसाब से 23 अप्रैल को आईबीए ने निगोशिएटिंग कमेटी के चेयरमैन श्री रजनीश कर्नाटका के साथ जो 8 यूनियन हैं जो यूएफबीयू के बैनर तले, उनको कॉल किया। और फिर सेपरेटली एआईयूबीओ के श्री नागराजन को भी एक पत्र लिख के कॉल किया। यानी कि यूएफबीयू के 9 अम्ब्रेला जो एम्बियंस में जो 9 यूनियंस आते हैं। लेकिन फ्रेंड्स, इसके मतलब लगता है कि यूबीयू में कोई कोऑर्डिनेटर अभी तक अपॉइंट या तो नॉमिनेट नहीं हुआ, जिसके कारण आईबीए भी 9 लोगों को इन्फॉर्म कर रहा है मीटिंग में बुलाने के लिए। और ये मीटिंग 23 अप्रैल को, यानी कि आप कहते हैं कि प्री मीटिंग बिफोर द कॉन्सलेशन मीटिंग टू बी हेल्ड ऑन 29 अप्रैल, जो सेंट्रल लेबर कमिश्नर के सामने होना है आईबीए और यूनियंस को लेके, जो कि हमारी पहले डिमांड थी, जिसकी वजह से 24-25 मार्च का स्ट्राइक टला। उसके लिए ये तैयारी है कि हम क्या डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। हालांकि आईबीए ने इस बात को भी डिस्क्लोज नहीं किया है कि मीटिंग का एजेंडा क्या होगा। मीटिंग का एजेंडा उन्होंने कहा है कि हम सेपरेटली इन्फॉर्म करेंगे। हालांकि जिस बात पे स्ट्राइक टली थी, उसमें 5 डे बैंकिंग मेन मुद्दा था। बैंकर्स रिटायरीज के कुछ इश्यूज के, यानी रेजिडुअल इश्यूज में जो कवरिंग थी, पीएलआई के बारे में था। लेकिन इस बारे में उन्होंने डिस्क्लोज नहीं किया है कि क्या एजेंडा है। हालांकि 5 डे बैंकिंग के बारे में बैंकर्स को उन्होंने, गवर्नमेंट ने पहले ही लाइन क्लियर कर दिया है कि इस फाइनेंशियल ईयर में संभव नहीं है। और पीएलआई जो जल्द ही पेमेंट होना है, उसके बारे में क्या रुख बनता है। जो एग्जिस्टिंग पीएलआई स्कीम है, उसके आधार पे ही पेमेंट होना है। इन सब बातों पे चर्चा होने की संभावना भी बन सकती है। लेकिन सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि जो पेंशनर्स के इश्यूज हैं, लाइक एक्स ग्रेसिया का रिव्यू होना, जो 2 बार ड्यू हो चुका, 8088 पॉइंट डीए का मर्जर होना, पेंशन इंप्रूवमेंट, पेंशन अपडेशन के बारे में बात करना, मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस के बारे में बात करना, क्या इन सब मुद्दों पे निगोशिएटिंग कमेटी का चेयरमैन डिस्कस करेंगे या अथवा नहीं। मेन मुद्दा यह है कि 29/4 के कांसलेशन मीटिंग में क्या होना है। हालांकि उम्मीद जैसे कि पहले भी है कि अगला डेट पढ़ने की उम्मीद ज्यादा है। और इन सब बारे को बात लेके हमारे जीएन शुक्ला जी, जो फोरम ऑफ बैंक पेंशन एक्टिविस्ट हैं, उन्होंने लिखा है, यूनियन सिंगिंग इन इन बैंक्स, big working unions are responsible for the plight of bankmen, especially pensioners, whom they said to have no contractual relationship with banks. Unions, which have once intended with organizational strength, are now working with connivance. The IBA has made public its legal status in its 30 September 2019 circular, but unions are sticking to this illegal body. The compromise is the compulsion of the union, and when a compromise is under compulsion, outcomes huggle suffer. 7 to 12th 7 to 12th bipartite settlements are evidence of this. The strike is the last weapon of the trade unions. Today, this weapon is not coming out of the arsenal. It has rusted. Strike calls are showing an appeasing bankmen and ultimately secretly withdrawn. The strike has become irrelevant since long, but whatever was that too was lost by the present inefficient, greedy, and corrupt leaders. The management and the government is sure that even if there is a strike, no sky is going to fall. The bankmen too have lost faith in strike. The leaders also know that the bankmen will not go on strike and lose their thousands of rupees as wage cut. So the strike withdrawal has become a record in banking. The salary of the bankman has been settled and they are satisfied at home and bank. They are not interested in remnant issues because they know that these issues are not for the decision but for trips of leaders to Delhi, Mumbai on the pretext of these remnant issues. Recently, a 2 day strike call was given in the name of UFBU to overcome the grief of two leaders of two big unions who were brutally thrashed by other unions in Chennai, where they were assembled to collect the remains debris of the defunct and the disintegrated UFU. It was the greatest hypocrisy to show UFU alive. The IBA has started issuing letters in the name of individual unions taking cognizance of the dead UFU, but the CLC has much love of UFU, trying to keep close to the dead UFU who still keeps trying to convey a message in its name. All the issues raised in the strike call were all superficial issues. They can be said to be at the best political gimmicks. If unions had taken a strike decision putting serious issues, then some meaningful result could have been expected. As for 5 day banking in concern, we seen it as anti-employment. We need 7 days banking with lesser hours of work and existing holidays. Management is trying to shrink space for customer in branches. With this plan in hand, they are curtailing staff strength. It's not that bankmen have no serious issues. Give a look to the following. The most serious issue is for contempt of settlements under the Industrial Dispute Act, whether it has been a case of pension settle based pension updation on the RBI line or not to review ex gratia in April 24 in terms of 12th bipartite settlement reached on 8 March 24. The big issue of the dispute is an IBA affidavit in the Supreme Court in which the IBA has challenged pension settlement, pension regulations, saying that there is no pension for pension updation in Pension Regulation 95. Settlement is challenged to which union are the signatories. In this affidavit, the IBA has said that pensioners want parity the, of the pension with central government employees, whereas the pensioners are demanding pension updation on the RBI line, which is in the pension settlement, pension regulations, and in the decision of a small committee 26 March 94. Unions have not countered it at all, which show apparently that unions vouch with the contention of IBA. The situation is clear like the mirror that the provision of pension updation in pension relation 95 pension regulation 95 clause 35(1) is the from the first day of third and 35(1) is still in BFR, and also the bank pensioners are not for parity with the central government pension but are seeking pension updation on the RBI line, for which there is a written and admitted condition in para 12 of the pension settlement. Unions have maintained stoic silence. In addition to the above, there is a very candid decision of the small committee meeting on 26 March 94 that the pension updation will be on the RBI line. Any change will be implemented with the discussion and mutual understandings. Pensioners do not want any change. They just want the same as it is in RBI. Unions remained silent on IBS 26 August 22 false and the treacherous affidavit, and the union together with IBA to save the IBA from the wrath of the Supreme Court trying to manufacture evidence. Despite the provisions of pension regulation updation in Pension Regulation 35(1), it's hypocrisy to make provision of periodic pension updation in regulations. It is just to show to Honorable Supreme Court that unions to agree that there is a no updation provision, so they demanded it as they mentioned in the residual issue note. And the labor laws in banking are bluntly flattened by management. Banks have banned recruitment of peons for years. Daily wages are being used for regular position of peons whose number has been estimated to be more than 1,50,000 which are not being given any right available under labor laws and service condition. This issue is casualized by unions. Unions demand of the IBA has called 9 unions in the next week for formality's sake. The next week, the Central Labor Commissioner has invited everyone to visit Delhi. IB unions will decide the strategy in the upcoming meeting under which they will handle the CLC in Delhi. Unions have vowed not to course correction, and now they have moved so far that it is impossible to return to the track. In fact, किसी सलूशन का रेजुलेशन नहीं करना है, कैसे सीएलसी को फेस करना है, इन सब बारे में चर्चा करने के लिए आईबीए और यूनियंस मिलकर स्ट्रेटजी बनाएंगे और फिर दिल्ली से घूम घाम के आएंगे। थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, नमस्ते।